my book.
Let's go check it out.
On ilo olla täällä lavalla meidän uuden kirjamme tekijän Kutovakikan eli Veronika Lindbergin kanssa. Ja me tässä esitellään teille.
Went from like a pretty big high until to a very, very low Sunday. Hello, we are just about to get in the car. We are going to go to Tampere, and tomorrow I'm gonna see my book in real life for the first time, and we're gonna go there to a craft fair. We're gonna do kind of a soft launch for the book, so tag along. This is gonna be exciting.
Was it all just a dream, just all in my head? Floating rivers upstream, the things that you said. Tell me I'm beyond.
Brother,
Okay,
rules are
yeah,
if you if this one holds 8 seconds or more
Yeah, on the tray.
not on the floor, then it's a success.
Yeah.
And if not, it's not a success. So what are you betting on?
I'm betting that it's not gonna stay on the tray for 8
Okay.
seconds.
And here we go.
Okay, what? Hey, divide with yes, baby rodeo. Oh, so close. So close. So close. Oi, oi. I'm trying to get prepared, but I have a bit of a helper, somebody who wants to be in my lap all the time, so it's a little bit of a challenge, but I wanted to say thank you to today's sponsor of this video, which is Foro by Sweden. I have been using this deep facial hydration device, the UFO3, for a while now, and I am in love. Obviously, I don't have time to go to spas right now, but this little device holds, I think it's the equivalent of like 5 different spa treatments that you can do at home. It only takes 2 minutes. So the way it works is you get these masks that you then together with this device use, and you have cryotherapy that this little device does. It does also thermotherapy, and you have LED light, which is good for all kinds of different things. Like, for example, it helps, well, deeply hydrate your skin, which is something that I've really noticed. Because my skin is so dry at the moment. Also, not getting enough sleep, it means that the appearance of wrinkles and the puffiness, yes, I'm not getting enough sleep because, hello, looking at the reason you're like, what? Right now, Foro has a deal where you can get some products up to 50% off. So if you want to pamper yourself or a loved one now in time for the holidays, you can go ahead and click the link in the description below and also use my code KIKA10 for an additional 10% to your order. It is the day of the craft fair. We're just on our way. I am feeling a little bit excitement and tingles. We're pretty early, which is good, so there's some time. What's gonna happen is all of my knits from the book are gonna be on the runway and then me and Jonna from Line are gonna talk about the knits. So it's gonna be exciting to see how well I can articulate myself, hopefully have something interesting to say about the knits. Definitely gonna be something different, something new, and I asked Yuki to film some of it so you can see and I can share this day and experience with you. And afterwards there's gonna be some meet and greets at Laime's osasto, like department or space at the fair. So yeah, and lots of yarn, I hope.
Let's go check it out. does it look?
So nice.
Mulla on ilo olla täällä lavalla meidän uuden kirjamme tekijän Kutovan Kikan eli Veronika Lindbergin kanssa.
Tää musta tuntuu, että mä myös tavallaan mä teen tätä myös sen takia, että mä oon koukussa siihen, että jos mulla on joku idea ja visio, joka löytyy sen Kutovakika kanavalla, ja mä oon katsottu melkein 6 miljoonaa kertaa, että mä tsekkasin tosi viivatulta, siinä on tosi tavallaan tulee semmonen aika moderni fiilis siitä, että se on
Okay, the first two things that I'm doing here, I've done. We had the little fashion show. I think that went really well. It was a little exciting because everything was just kind of off the cuff since we hadn't rehearsed anything. It was really fun to get to talk about the book and finally present it to people. And then I've been now signing books at a Linus stand for like the past hour or something, and it's so nice to see people coming and talking and just getting to hear feedback of the book. So it's been really, wow, intense, but so nice that I finally get to see reactions, hear comments and feedback, and all the hard work that went into creating this book. Like, oh my god, with the baby and everything. It feels like a big milestone again, and happy I went through with it, even though at moments it felt really like a struggle and challenge, and I wasn't sure if I was gonna ever be able to pull it all together. But now I am gonna enjoy the fruits of the labor, is that what you say? And I'm gonna look at some yarn. I have a bit of time now to browse, and then I'm gonna go hang out at Lina Lounge and probably meet knitters, get to talk and hang out, so it's gonna be nice. Day 2 at the fair. I came here a bit early to buy some yarn from a shop that I've never seen before, Martin's Lab, apparently a Polish yarn brand. I got some really nice color. And yesterday I was thinking so much about like what to get, because it's always a little bit intense, I feel like, when you're on a festival or a fair like this, and especially yesterday since I was, you know, kind of performing on in like work mode. I did get some stuff as well yesterday, so now I have a lot of yarn, which I'm really happy about because I haven't bought yarn in a long time. And today I'm gonna go at the Lina Lounge again, hang out there a little bit, and then that's a wrap. It was so much fun yesterday, just meeting all the knitters, seeing feedback and comments on the book. I was very tired in the evening, but a really good sense of tired. So looking forward to today. It's gonna be nice. Good morning. I am on my way into the city. Just came to the bus stop. It is Tuesday. Had a few days here in between all the craft fair shenanigans. Wow, what an emotional weekend, and it really felt like a big milestone. I don't know, it was also a big sense of relief in the sense that I noticed myself just like relaxing more and more during the weekend, because this project has been with me for so long, and it's been with me, well, ever since Edwin was born, and I've had it in the back of my head all the time, and now it finally feels like, okay, I can let go, I can breathe out. So that truly now really felt like, okay, I need a little bit of a break. I need to slow down a little bit. My brain has been, or my capacity has been at full speed for quite a bit, and I've been quite tired. So, but it feels really good now, because that means that I can focus on things that I really enjoy. I'm gonna knit, I'm gonna spend less time in front of my laptop, of course, market and promote the book and keep that hype up. But yeah, slow down a little bit, I think, until end of the year is what I'm gonna do. So typical, of course, after having such like a huge kind of like flow or, you know, this intense feeling of joy and excitement, and it was so nice, and the hype and buzz. Of course, on Sunday, I kind of picked a fight with Yuki. I don't know what that is, like what psychological thing that is, but went from like a pretty big high until to a very, very low Sunday. And fortunately, I think we made up and everything is good, but it's just so typical. Like, I don't know if that's the pressure that's releasing, and I'm also listening to this book called The Big Leap, where there's this theory that we're incapable when things are going too well, or we're just like incapable to process that, so then we need to like create some kind of crisis. So this typical thing is like when you have some big success or something goes well, that you then create like drama in your relationship, or you self-sabotage, or you know, something, you do something to kind of get yourself back down. And I don't know if that was what it was, but just so incredibly typical. But that made me realize even more how much getting this book and how much kind of having worked so much that I have, that's taken a toll on maybe the relationship and just on me, like my capacity. So I just need to be more, set more boundaries and be just more aware of that, I think, going forward. Let me show you what I got at the fair, because of course I had to get some yarn while I was there. So first, new yarn. This is called Martin Slab, or that's the yarn dyer or brand, a Polish brand apparently. And I got this super soft, it has yak fiber in it, silk, yak and superwash merino. So I got this pretty neutral color. I would say it's like a gray, little beigey color. It's more, I feel like it's a bit lighter than maybe appearing on camera. Then this really gorgeous copper brown, and also matching silk mohair in this pink. And I'm thinking to combine these two because I think they look absolutely gorgeous together. And I also got matching silk mohair for the pink. Then I got this, a turquoise color. I got some greens from Ara Yarns, and lastly I got this red yarn also from Ara Yarns, and this has a little bit of linen in it, so it has a pretty nice texture. Hello. Last night was the first time I didn't nurse or give milk to Edwin at all, and Yuki's been staying up with Edwin. We've been trying now to, I think you're calling wean off of eating during the night, because the nights I'm honestly quite at the end of having the energy to wake up so many times during the night. Now Edwin is 8 months and I, well, been sleeping badly for 8 months. How did it go?
Quite okay.
Yeah, it was okay, and I got to sleep a bit better. I slept in a different room. I have to say that not getting good sleep, like yesterday I was super tired, and it affects my overall personality and mood so much. I feel like when I haven't slept, everything feels impossible. I regret all the decisions I've made lately with like getting the new workspace, which we're gonna get in a week, which feels almost like a bit unrealistic. Like I almost forgot about that, and like some new ideas and projects. Always when I've slept well, I'm super excited, I feel like myself. When I haven't slept well, everything feels completely overwhelming. I almost feel like just like quitting everything. So that's just to say that it's been a bit of a struggle, honestly, and especially now after having finished the book and like completing this big project. I think there's this sense of, maybe I don't know, I feel like I'm repeating myself, but I think anyone who well, has trouble sleeping, or you know,
have small babies or children can probably relate. But I try to remind myself the days where I haven't slept well and I feel everything is impossible. It's just usually because I haven't slept, and it will pass. I will get good sleep in my life still. It is not the end. So yeah, anyone who needs to hear it, hang in there. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna get better. Here it is. Tosi iso. Wow. Esiedy. Hello.
Good morning. It's Monday today, and I'm actually getting ready for an interview with, I would say, I think it's Finland's like biggest, not, what do you call it, magazine? Like a daily paper. Well, biggest magazine. I can't remember the proper name. They are doing like a piece about, well, me and I suppose knitting and knitting as a business, or, well, I don't know yet what the reporter is gonna ask, but it's kind of interesting because hey, Edwin is here on the floor as well. Ever since I did the video with my wedding dress, I've had a few interviews and reporters reaching out, and it's been really interesting just to hear myself talk about my story and share my story, because as you because I've repeated it a few times now, it's somehow some things start to make sense when you talk about it more, and like the fact that even though I did something completely different when I was studying dance, and I actually went to the theater academy here in Helsinki, and then I studied choreography. Studied choreography as well, and always thought I was gonna be more in the art scene and do arts and contemporary dance. And then, well, now I'm a business owner, technically, even though what I do is very creative. But I actually think that has helped me so much just in critical thinking, in being disciplined, in being able to analyze my ideas, in being able to find information and knowledge when I don't have it myself. And then, so even though I don't have a traditional business education at all, I feel like I feel like I've done pretty well for myself, if I say so myself, like business-wise. Like all the creative stuff and all that is one part of it, of course, but then like just being smart with like marketing and analyzing, and maybe it's also, of course, you have to be interested and a little bit obsessed, as I am. But what I'm trying to say is that even though maybe your interests change or shift along the way, or you thought you were going to do something else, but actually you notice yourself gravitating towards something else, I'd say go for it. I've shifted and changed direction many times in my life now. And well, you can imagine with dancing, like that's something I did for such a long time. I always thought that is the only thing I'm ever gonna do, such a big part of my identity, even though I was always also knitting. But I just figured with knitting you can never make a living, but here I am, making a living. Okay, well, of course, social media has changed that and opened up that opportunity. And the fact that you can make knitting patterns that are digital, and of course knitting is such a boom now, but anyways, I wanted to give this as an encouragement for you as well, because I was certainly very, very lost those years, especially those years when I just graduated from theater academy, and then again, well, when kind of COVID hit and I moved back home to Finland. Hey! Hey! It's so funny. Hello. Just had my interview. It was really, really nice. We talked for like almost 2 hours. So now just hope I didn't say anything stupid. And actually just before the reporter came, I got my book sent to me, and
yeah, just looking at it and now having it here in my hands, now I feel like it's slowly sinking in that it is actually here. I've done this and feeling really, really a deep sense of satisfaction, because somehow when you've worked on something for so long, you can get a little bored of your own work, or I at least can, and get a little out of touch with if it really is what you wanted it to be, or kind of a little bit maybe unsure, like, was this really what I wanted? Does it meet my own somehow standards or expectations? But now again, having had some time and reflection, and I don't know, it's like been sinking in more with me. So I'm really, really proud of how it looks. With this book, I really wanted it to be different than my first book. So my first book is this one, and they have like a bit of a different vibe, and I feel like this, my new book, Knits to Wear, it was really important for me that it feels like really fresh, modern, and one inspiration I had for it was more kind of magazines, like fashion magazines, and just like, for example, the layout here on the cover, that you have many different ones, also that I feel supports the idea of a book called Knits to Wear. So it's really, you know, showing you how you can wear these pieces, instead of, you know, very traditionally you have like one image. And also, like, in the book itself, like the font, you know, very kind of contemporary, kind of bold, like making maybe more of a statement. That was something that I thought about and really wanted. And having the photos are pretty kind of candid shots or in the moment, and they don't feel so staged, I hope. Even though, of course, you know, we took the photos with the attention, it's not like paparazzi, but still, like, the feeling is more in the moment, and these snippets from life, from everyday life. One really important thing was that I wanted there to be lots of visual inspiration, so like spreads with lots of photos. So in the book, I'm really happy that we have so much space for photos, because I think equally important as the patterns and their directions is that you just get this feeling of inspiration, and that you want to make something that it really invites you in and entices you to grab your needles. So or I hope you can be the judge of that, you can say if that is, but for me at least, I feel like this really does that and captures that, and I really like the layout. It still feels like there's space, it's airy, but then you have like the photos that kind of tell a story for each piece or design in this book. In this book, I included, of course, you have the patterns, but then you have a preface, but then you also have some pro tips that I'm sharing here. 10 tips to knit like a pro. Some, because in the first book I had some tips as well, but these are now kind of next level tips that I wanted to share. And then one thing that I've included here are these styling tips. Styling tips. So for almost, I think, all of the designs, you have like a little styling tip just to inspire you even more, like how to wear them and make them part of your wardrobe. So here, for example, this is my styling tip, is to create a stylish contrast by pairing a soft, cozy cardigan with a crisp white poplin shirt for a look that's both fresh and modern. So just things like that. I feel also, again, taking inspiration from like fashion magazines and trying to expand the idea of what a knit pattern book can be, that really invite you in to see how this can work for your style and your wardrobe.
We are just on our way to one of my favorite yarn shops here in Helsinki, Snurre Yarn Shop, to sign some books. Yuki had some stuff to do, so we're gonna go there, Edwin and me, which is gonna be a bit exciting because, well, we're gonna see how you're gonna behave. Part of the crew, part of the crew. I am wearing my Playful Palette sweater from the book Knits to Wear. This is the blue colorway, so I have it in 2 colorways. Today is a very rainy and gray day. So I think we're gonna have to get an umbrella. This day has been a little bit hectic, not gonna lie, a little bit of a struggle trying to get ready and also take care of a baby and trying to like reply emails and all that, even though it's super fun that there's so many things happening and I feel like it's a busy season, especially with the book. But I am also sort of looking forward to Christmas and the holidays and being able to for it to slow down a little bit. We are on our way to the new studio / office space. I've been waiting for this day for such a long time. I can't wait. It feels so good to finally, and I'm so excited, finally be able to see the space. Yuki's with me. He's gonna have a pop-up there in a couple of days. This feels like setting myself up for the next year, getting this studio. I have a new team member. I'm done with all the book promotion stuff. Yeah, so it just feels like new beginnings. Really excited to see what next year will hold.
How does it feel?